Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Ramadan Kareem to all my brothers and sisters around the world. May Allah give us the patience and the strength for this Ramadan, and may He accept all of our du'as and our fasting. Welcome back to another episode of The Faithful Path, where every Saturday I break down the connection between our daily lives and the beautiful religion of Islam, how they both have an impact on each other, and discuss the issues we all have practicing our religion nowadays. So, without further ado, the podcast starts now.
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. There has been this incredible idea to connect people together, bring families and friends closer, no matter the physical distance, entertain the digital world with some funny videos, and educate people with some interesting content. However, we all think that the online world is all perfect, but we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. We're so focused on other people's feeds that we're putting constant pressure on ourselves to be better than them. So take a break from scrolling on your feed and join me on today's journey of exploring the good and the bad of social media. So let's get right into it. The first question today is, what are the benefits and disadvantages of social media and the internet? Many people say that social media and the internet are the two most dangerous things right now and the most addictive tools. But personally, it's all about how you use them. They both have a good and a bad side. But in my opinion, there's more benefits than disadvantages. So let's start with the benefits. What does the internet provide us? It gives us access to any information we want, all the learning, the education we need. We just type it in Google and here it is. You can ask Google anything you want, even if it's something stupid, and you're gonna find it online. This didn't exist years ago. People used to actually search in some books or whatever for hours and hours just to find one small information. But now we have access to it just by a click. But the disadvantage of it is that we can sometimes be misinformed. Yes, we can find anything online, but also there's a lot of people that can write anything they want online. False information, fake news. Wikipedia, for example. Anyone can go right now and change the definition of a term. Even though we have unlimited access to the internet and social media, we need to be careful to not believe everything that we read. Second advantage is business opportunities. Right now, every single company has a website or a social media page to promote its service or product. They have a lot of people in marketing, brand building, in sales, and it's a big advantages for business to grow online. The bad thing about it is that we're at risk. Why? Because of privacy. Every time we go on a website, Instagram or Facebook, these companies take our actual private information to collect data. And every time we log in with our name, our phone number, our email, our age, our address, we're basically giving all of our personal info to some random company. And that's how also people scam each other these days. They create fake accounts and write fake emails about you, if you want to get rich, do this, do that. And all we need to do is just give them our personal info. So we need to be careful, who do we give our info to? Third benefit, we can connect with anyone around the world just by texting them or calling them. And I think this is the biggest benefit that social media and internet gives us. We can communicate with our family, our friends, keep in touch with them through social media, meet new people, see everyone's stories and what they post. The disadvantage about this though, and honestly it's the most impactful thing that's happening right now, I would say, is that social media causes mental health issues and addiction. I don't know which one to rank higher, but personally, right now, they're at the same level. We waste so much time watching Netflix, going on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, that we become so addicted that it becomes our daily habit. Our productivity decreases, our mental health, our physical health, our time with our family, with our friends, with our loved ones, our time with ourselves for school, for work, but most importantly, our time with our Creator, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the more we become addicted to it, the more we develop anxiety, depression, loneliness, stress, lack of sleep, lack of motivation, all sorts of mental health issues. You know, most people say I'm using social media to disconnect from the world with all its problems and everything. The thing is that the more we try to disconnect from the world, the more we actually connect to the thing that is affecting us on a social, psychological, and spiritual level. We spend so much time looking at other people's lives on social media that it decreases our self-worth. When people look at athletes or influencers, they think, wow, they really have an easy life. They're rich, they live happy, they're enjoying their time, and etc. And then we say to ourselves, oh, I wish I was like them. I wish I had what they have. I wish I was popular like them. And that causes our mind to think negatively of ourselves. But the problem is, no one knows what's happening behind the screens. Everyone has their own lives, their own troubles, issues, problems, and we all just share and post the good things that's going on in our lives. But deep down, no one is as happy as they look on social media. We just want to show and please everyone that, look, I did this today, I bought this, I met her, I met him, etc. And another big issue that is not talked about a lot is privacy on social media. How people post, share, tweet everything they do throughout their day. I used to have Twitter back then, and I used to see all these kind of debates, all these kind of tweets on so many useless and stupid topics. And I was telling myself that people actually waste time online hating on other people or saying what's wrong and what's right instead of actually working on themselves. And I'm gonna be honest, I used to be the type that posts everything on my private story. Every time I go to a restaurant, snap. Every time I see something beautiful, snap. Every time I go to a soccer game, snap. Every time I'm with my friends, snap. But I'm trying to stop that or post less, because I actually think that everything I post maybe influences some people either in a good or a bad way. And I wanted to talk about how we spend so much time on our phones that we're not allocating the same time with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Instead of open up your phone to read the Quran before you sleep, you go on TikTok and Instagram, etc. But when it comes to reading the Quran, you say, oh, I'm too tired. When it comes to doing dhikr, you would rather to play some games on your phone or watch Netflix. That's why I'm saying it all depends on how you use your phone. Then you can view all the benefits and disadvantages from the time on your phone. So, second question, how are new technologies like AI and virtual reality changing the way we experience and interact on our device? Let's take a moment to see how many things that our phones replaced. So our phones replaced a calendar, our phones replaced a photo album, a camera, mail, a clock, a GPS, the weather. It replaced papers that you can take notes or put reminders on. It replaced a wallet. It replaced so many, even a contact book. It replaced so many things that we don't realize that AI and actual technology is actually evolving every single day. And you know how we say that, oh, in the future, AI is going to replace all humans? Well, that's because if we let it consume us, it's going to replace us. But if we actually use it in a good and smart way to help companies, to help people, not just spend and waste our time on it, we can actually benefit a lot in the future from AI. So AI personalize your content depending on what you like, what you share, what you say. For example, on TikTok, if you see a lot of sports videos and you keep seeing them over and over, you keep liking them, well, AI is gonna customize your TikTok page, just sports stuff, because you shared and you liked a lot of posts. If you watch a lot of food content or animal funny videos, well, AI is gonna actually recommend you videos on your For You page, and it's gonna give you all sorts of food videos, animal, cats, dogs, videos, funny videos. It also enhanced interactions. How people back then used to always have meetings in person. Everyone would meet into one specific place. Well, AI now has Zoom, has Microsoft Teams, etc. to provide us the option to actually meet online just with a camera and a mic instead of going in person. And right now, AI lets us access everything we want online, whether it's for school or for work or for entertainment, to watch a football or a basketball game online. You have a website to work on a project. Now you can use ChatGPT to help you, which, by the way, I think ChatGPT right now, it's the biggest tool for everyone, whether it's work or school, because it's literally a human robot that you can ask anything and it will give you a good formulated answer filled with ideas. And right now, yes, AI and technology are always evolving. But the question is why we as humans don't take the time to actually evolve the way AI does. Why don't we take the time to actually work on ourselves, to gain more knowledge, to gain more experience, to develop our minds more in order to help people, in order to work, in order to succeed in school? Why do we always have this mindset that anything I need, I can rely on technology, I can rely on ChatGPT, I can rely on internet instead of actually finding a way to improve ourselves as humans and to improve our minds. Because the more we let AI consume our minds, the more we let technology consume us, the more we rely on the internet, on technology, the more it's going to become a part of us. But like I said, if we use it in a smart way, we can actually experience a lot of things with technology. We really need to be careful when we use this kind of technology. If we overuse it, if we let it consume us, it's going to destroy our minds. And finally, third question, how has the constant exposure to social media influenced our attention span and learning habits? First of all, we know that right now social media is always decreasing our attention span. You know, on TikTok or Instagram, every time we look at some 5-minute videos, we just look at 30 seconds or even 1 minute, and then we say to ourselves, it's enough. You know, we don't have this patience like we used to have before. Right now, our attention span is always affecting everything we do in life too. Because every time in school or in a meeting, like, you know, after 10 minutes, you actually just zone out. Your ability to concentrate on longer tasks is not there anymore. Why? Because of social media. And social media is the biggest distraction nowadays. It's not letting us multitask, you know? Every time we have this feeling that we need to take our phone to reach out to it. You know, every time we're driving at a red light, you take your phone, just look at TikTok quickly, and you put it back. Every time you're at a coffee shop waiting for someone, we have this tendency of always picking up our phone. Some people actually think that, for example, you're at a restaurant and you put your phone on the table and you just flip it so that in your mind you say, oh, I'm not using my phone, but I'm just going to leave it here in case someone texts me or in case I need to take it. But the image you give to people is that you're really addicted to your phone, so you put it on your table, even if you flip it upside down or you keep it face up. It doesn't change the fact that you need your phone next to you just so you can have this feeling of always reaching out to it. And the cause of that is that we're so addicted to our phone. The more we use our phone just for entertainment, the more it's actually gonna cause us our mind to have this feeling of always reaching out to our phone if we're bored, if we're waiting for someone, etc. But a good thing about being exposed to social media and the internet is actually we can always learn something new. We can always learn something on social media, on Facebook, for example, or Twitter, or even develop new skills. Because there are some pages or some people that actually share some interesting and useful content. So it becomes easy to always seek knowledge through social media and the internet because actually there's a lot of interesting and useful info that you can learn, that you can actually apply in your lives. And last thing is that sometimes social media changes our routines. You know, there's some trends on social media, for example, either on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter that, oh, this is what I do when I wake up, or this is how you should do this or that. And now people in their mind, they think, oh, I was doing it wrong all my life. So they start changing their habits and their daily routines according to what people tells them. And this just shows that people, every time they see someone successful or someone happy on social media, they say to themselves that, oh, I want to be like her or him. So I'm going to start changing my habits and my routines. I'm going to start copying exactly what he does. So the thing about social media and the internet, it's either you use it for good or bad. And I'm not saying that you should only use it to seek knowledge. Yes, you can have some entertainment on it, on TikTok, on Instagram, you can watch Netflix, but you need to set a time limit on your phone, especially on social media. Because I know some people that actually spend about 4 to 5 hours only on social media. You know what that means is that they spend 4 to 5 hours on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, etc., just looking at other people's posts, stories, watching some reels, watching some funny cat dog videos, I don't know. And on Twitter, they waste their time looking at what's trending, what everyone is tweeting about. So we need to set a time limit every time we use our phone. For how long we're going to use it, for what reason. And I would suggest you guys to set a time limit for 1 hour and 30 minutes every single day just for social media, for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You can only have 1 hour and a half just for entertainment in your day. But during the rest of your day, we need to work on ourselves. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a camp and They took all of our phones. We were about 20 to 30 people. So they took all of our phones, they put it in a small plastic box, and we turned off our phone because anyways there was no service or Wi-Fi or anything. And the camp lasted about 2 days. After these 2 days, I realized how much time I was wasting on my phone and everything else I could have done that would actually benefit me and be useful to me. These 2 days that I spent without a phone, without Wi-Fi or social media or games or Netflix or anything like that, I got the chance to do some fun activities, meet some new people, learn about my religion, and a lot of more interesting stuff. So we can't let our phones control us. We need to control our phones and our time on it. We can't let it consume us because if it consumes us, imagine in the future when AI and technologies is going to develop more, we're going to be more consumed by it than we are right now. Because right now people are starting to work on technology, developing it to become more robotic, more smart, more helpful. But we need to use it in a good way that would actually benefit us. And we would benefit from it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys next week on The Faithful Path. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
نفسي بنور من فؤادي